This game is bussin', respectfully. Sheesh. No. I'm not hip with the cool kids. I'm not hip to the young generation. No, I'm kidding. I am young. Today is May 5th. I sound so depressed. Oh my god. Well, I kind of am. But anyway, we're doing videos anyway. Why aren't I playing? Come on. Come on, Simon. I mean, Zangetsu. Come on, Zangetsu. You gotta... Am I really just like listening to the music and vibing? Oh, I was trying to find the button to switch between characters. I was trying to find the button. I didn't remember what button I had it set to. But I think I had it set to Q and E. And I think I did that for no other reason than because I played Thomas Was Alone like 5 years ago, and was it 5 years ago or just 4? It was like when I started college, and like I'm in my gap year right now, so I finished college last year. So yeah, 2017 was 5 years ago. And I was kind of a different person back then, and I'm sure you were too. If you were even alive back then, I'm sure you were. This is also probably my favorite song in the game, so yay. Also, Miriam is cool. She has a higher jump, she has the little dashy-do-da. The dashy. I always carry a secret stash. Instead of spice, I know it. And I'm Mike Master. Know it. Something about the Grandmaster Flash. Instead of toilet paper, he uses cash. And he ain't afraid to use Mrs. Dash. In fact, he always carries a secret stash. And I'm Mike Master. It's a disaster. I fill up my Hummer not with gas but Shasta. We all know that pity's a master, but I'm so hungry, I'll eat faster. First I'm gonna eat some pizza. I better eat it before it eats. Yeah, you all know I'm the master of dropping beats. I'd even eat salad if it had a meat sauce. I love that rhyme with this pizza, and meat sauce. It's the worst, like, stupid frogs in the water. Disclaimer, I did not write that rap. That is Big Tip on a Bus and his high school friend Harrison. They wrote that rap, and it was a thing. I haven't watched Big Tip on a Bus in a while. I don't think I've really watched him since he did Psychonauts. But I finished his I finished watching his LP of Chibi Robo back in the fall. Which was recorded like a year ago, so... Well, a little more than that, I think, because it was one of those things where he does like a Patreon exclusive and then he uploads it a little bit later to his main channel. Which, like, most YouTube channels, they do like Patreon exclusives and it stays exclusive, but, you know, Big Tip on a Bus, he's like... It'll be Patreon exclusive for like, you know, 8 months. And then it'll just go public once those 8 months are up, which I think is pretty cool. I'm getting more serious about like putting my music and stuff on YouTube, so I think I should sort of learn how Patreon works. I don't want to use Patreon for Helium Lemon. I don't think I make that good of quality content. Every once in a while I make people nostalgic for Fluidity or Endless Ocean, or like I play an indie game that doesn't get that much exposure otherwise, which makes me really happy and doing so. But I'm not fooling anyone. I don't think this is like quality content, you know. I'm not Markiplier. I'm not I don't know who else to compare myself to. Markiplier, yeah. Hey everybody, it's Markiplier. Oh, I've got such a sexy voice because I'm Markiplier and I'm a hot Asian guy, yeah. Anyway. All Asian dudes from California are hot Asian dudes. No, I'm kidding. I didn't say that. Whatever. Alright. Ice levels are usually my favorite. I just love ice so much. Although, oh, the axe has got a bit of a delay. It's a bit difficult to use. Why did I say easy when I meant difficult? And why did I think of Yeezy when I said easy? No, Kanye, get out of my head. Get out of my head, man! Get out of my head! Get out of my head, man! Get out of my head! Oh yeah, I died on this boss once, and then I had to come back and fight it again a second time. So I should have cut that out. But it's already a short episode anyway, it's like 10 minutes. And most of my episodes are like 17. So I'm like, I don't know. So there's a few strategies to this turtle lady boss. And like I'm currently bungling all of them because I'm Mr. Bungle, because that's my favorite band. No, not really. Although if you do like Mr. Bungle and you like that experimental metal kind of stuff, you should check out Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum. The band with one of the weirdest and best names ever. I finally discovered last night that their music really does live up to their name, and their music is pretty awesome. I listened to Of Natural History, which is a great album title because if you say the whole thing together, Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum of Natural History, it's like, oh, Museum of Natural History, what? And it's like kind of misleading as to what the band's actual title is because it runs together so smoothly. Like, I'm putting together a band and I'm thinking of like what, you know, my first album title is, and I keep thinking of like, you know, when people see an album and they see the band name, you know, what helps them differentiate, like distinguish the band name from the album name? Because like, I know if I was looking at it, there's a lot of cases in which I'm like, hey, which one is the band name and which one is the album name? Because I have a long band name, and even if it in its shortest version it's still 3 words. So I'm like, how do I, because like a lot of times it's easy to distinguish a band from the title of the album because the band has either the band has somebody's name in it, or the band name is like 1 word and the name of the album is like 2 or 3 or 4, or you know, a complete thought or sentence. So that usually helps when the name of the album is like a complete sentence. I really don't know what I'm talking about. It's very hard to... Zangetsu has a really short sword, and yes, I know, size doesn't matter, but like, it is a bit inconvenient because it's not a great range weapon, and like, Miriam's whip is super long, ironically, haha, sex joke. Anyway. Oh, I died a second time. Oh my goodness. Anyway. Oh my goodness, there's the game over screen, but we have infinite lives, so I don't really care. This song has such a good melody. Do 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 do. Beep 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 do 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 do. So some of you might know that I have like a little chiptune project where I've been messing around with FamiTracker, and it's called Radio Reykjavik for now. Again, that is the band name, although you can't really call it the band because it's just me, so it's just a project name. And Radio Reykjavik, I have one, you know, short little thing that's up on Bandcamp. It's 4 songs long, and I've been, you know, some people on YouTube have found it. Mostly on YouTube, not really on Bandcamp. But people on YouTube have found it, and they're like, you know, oh, this is pretty good, your songs have potential, blah, blah, blah. And these are some people that have been doing chiptune and FamiTracker for much longer than I have. Like, I've been messing around with it for, like, a year, but, like, only a few months out of that year, you know. And I've only, like, made 4 songs in it, and there's sort of, like, you know, decent songs, but do they do anything fancy with the software? And I got hit by the desperation attack, but it was okay. But, you know, I should just keep doing it, because it's like, you know, if you say, like, oh, I shouldn't make chiptune songs because there are a million people on the internet who are better at it than me, then you can use that bad logic for everything else. Like, oh, I shouldn't play piano because there are a million people who are better at it than me, or I shouldn't make Let's Plays because there are a million people who are better at it than me, or I shouldn't learn Welsh because there are, you know, like thousands of Welsh people and they all speak it fluently, and why should I learn their language? But, you know, you should do what gives you joy, I think. I think that's the meaning of life, but I'm not really totally sure yet. And you should do what gives you joy, and this gives me joy. So anyway, I will see you next time for Bloodstained Curse of the Moon.